Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers Generation 1 Sparkbot Guzzle. Let's get into it! Let's take a look at the figure in his alt mode, and I have to say, this is a pretty nice looking tank. Of course, on the bottom, all kinds of visible robot syndrome, but from the front, you can see the head a little bit, but not too bad, and from the back, it's not too bad as well. The side is, of course, the best of profile and looking from top down. Of course, you got the cannon here, all kinds of molded details in here, and it looks like all of this is molded in the correct color plastics, and then this is one of those foil stickers with the Autobot logo and some striping there on the back and there on the both sides, and I have to say, they look to be in pretty good condition. We've got this port right here where the sparks shoot out. And then as far as any articulation in the vehicle, there's actually this one wheel. There's no other wheels on it. I kind of wish it would have had other wheels, because you can see right here this wear and tear on this part of it if you let it go and just roll while it's sparking. But as far as anything else, the cannon raises and lowers just like that. And then with the cannon up, the cupola, I think that's what it's called, will do a full 360 degree spin, but not as much with the cannon down. It'll go about that far. It hits this piece right here, and that is the way it does. Now, the big question I'm sure everybody has is, does the spark still work? And let me see if I can even get it to do on my green screen here. And there, maybe you can see a couple of sparks coming out. So it does still somewhat work. And so over the years, of course, it has the flint or whatever is inside of it. And it's, of course, worn down because of use. But there it is. It does still work. And there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure in his alt mode. It's time for alt mode comparisons. And here we have the Transformers Generation 1 Sparkbot Guzzle with the Transformers Generation 1 reissue Bumblebee with media accurate head sculpt, and the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Warpath. For our final set of alt mode comparisons, here we have the Transformers Generation 1 Sparkbot Guzzle with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Amazon exclusive War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And if I have problems transforming this Transformer, I quit. So here's how you do it. You hold it here, and you hold it here, and you pull it up. Then you move the arm forward a little bit, and you move the other arm forward a little bit, and guess what? That's it, my friends. The figure all transformed. Well, let's take a look at the figure in his robot mode. And there's not a whole lot to say about it that I haven't said already. Most everything I said about, or everything I said about the alt mode holds true still, even in this form. And it's mostly all molded in color, except for, I do believe this is a paint amp, and then this little bit on his face is a paint amp. Everything else is molded in the proper colors. Could have used a paint amp right here. That would have been cool. But as far as the looks go, I have to say that it's a nice little sculpt for the face for what this guy is. And then lots of visible screws here on the robot side. And that's really about it. As far as the articulation goes, the arm moves up that high. It moves back straight down. And that, my friends, is it. A look at the figure in his robot mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have the Transformers Generation 1 Sparkbot Guzzle with the Transformers Generation 1 reissue Bumblebee with media accurate head, and the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Zap Bang Pow Warpath. For our final set of robot mode comparisons, here we have the Transformers Generation 1 Sparkbot Guzzle with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee, and the Walmart exclusive Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Transformers Generation 1 Sparkbot Guzzle, I honestly have to tell you there's not very much that's impressive about this guy other than he shoots sparks. And maybe if he shot sparks in the robot mode, it'd be a little bit more impressive. Or sparks came out of the cannon rather than out the back. Yeah, it might be a little more impressive, but this is basically your most basic Transformer and a gimmick of him shooting the sparks out. This one actually never really interested me. This one was my brother's when we were growing up, and he just liked sparky stuff. I mean, I like some sparky stuff too, like, you know, remember the little plastic guns that you could pull the trigger and it had a little spark thing in it and it would shoot sparks out of the barrel? You know, those were kind of cool. This, not as much to me. He loved it though. When we were growing up, he liked to play with it a lot. He just liked to make it spark, mostly. So, he thought it was cool. It wasn't such a big deal to me, you know, but that's fine. To each their own, you know. Now I have to say, the colors for the tank, they're pretty nice. White treads, though, I think that's a bad choice for any tank, because they're not going to stay white. But, you know, it functions properly in the alt mode. The cannon will raise up and lower some, and the turret will spin all the way around when the barrel is lifted up. So, you know, that's good. And, you know, I've always said about Generation 1 Transformers, it was like the alt mode came first, and then they designed the robot around that the best that they could at the time, I suppose. And, you know, not that many Transformers this size had a lot of articulation, but it just seems like the gimmick really hindered any kind of leg goings on at all, and it probably did. But like I said, you know, most this size didn't have any kind of leg articulation anyway. Most Transformers didn't have leg articulation anyway at all, at least in Generation 1 and 2. You know, there was a few exceptions, Optimus Prime and Soundwave, and I'm sure there's a few others. That's just what jumps out at me. And most of the time, those points of articulation were just included because of transformation. But I really don't have a whole lot to say about this guy. It is what it is. It's a gimmick with a Transformer designed around it. And that's pretty much what it is. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you. But only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.